It's the Gone Fishin podcast in association with the OEHL and the Shelburne Muskies, and hosted by OEHL live on YouTube play-by-play commentator Andrew Rodgers. This podcast is brought to you by Larry's Small Engines, your trusted Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Ski-Doo dealer in Mono, Ontario, Canada. Located at 286-270 County Road 10. Visit their website at larrysmallengines.ca or call 519-941-1517 today. Here is your host, Andrew Rodgers. All right, welcome back in, everybody. It's the Gone Fishin podcast. I am Andrew Rodgers, your host. Great to be back with you guys once again for this latest installment, episode number 3 of the Gone Fishin podcast, focusing in on the Shelburne Muskies and their 2025-26 season. This podcast is brought to you by Larry's Small Engines in Mono, Ontario, Canada. Great to have them as a sponsor, and much appreciation to the Shelburne Muskies organization for allowing me to do this podcast for them. We got a great podcast, obviously loaded with a lot of league stuff, and then a couple of interviews with a couple Shelburne Muskies players. On this week's podcast, it is number 10, Nick Hodgson, and number 72, Andrew Taylor. So those interviews are coming up here. But like I say, great to be back with you guys once again. Really appreciate the views and the viewership. It's tremendous being able to bring these episodes to you for your viewing pleasure and enjoyment. So hopefully you guys do enjoy them, because I enjoy bringing them to you. But yeah, like I say, we'll get into all of the stuff from around the league and get you ready to go here. So what we'll do is we'll start here with our box score from the Shelburne Muskies this past weekend. They had one game, and it was on Saturday. Their Thanksgiving game against their Halloween game against the Creemore Coyotes. Huge success there for the Muskies, and big win for them, a 9-2 victory over the Creemore Coyotes. Muskies' second straight win. They improved their record to 2-3. Creemore falling to 0-4. It was just, a tremendous game from a bunch of Muskies, including Kyle Burke with the hat trick and 2 helpers. Nick Hodgson, 2 goals, 3 assists, 2 5-point games from both Burke and Hodgson. Jake Belvedere, a goal, 4 assists, another 5-point game. Jamie Coover with a goal and 2 assists. Chris Weber with a goal and an assist, and Tyler Ferreira with a goal as well to round out the goals for the Muskies. Gallon Burt getting a victory, his first with the Muskies this season, allowing 2. And just like I say, big victory for the Muskies in that one, as they defeat the Coyotes 9-2 and improve their record to 2-3, as mentioned. Like I say, we'll look at the scoreboard from this past weekend. It was busy. There were a lot of games for both Saturday and Sunday. No Friday games because of Halloween. So Saturday games in the North, 4 games on tap there, including the Muskies game that we just recapped there. Georgia Bay with a victory over Lucknow, 7-2, the final in that one. Georgia Bay improving to 3-4, Lucknow falling to 1-3. You had the Saugeen Shores Winterhawks defeating the Durham Thundercats. Durham suffering their first loss of the season, 5-2 Winterhawks with the win. Winterhawks 4-1-1, Durham 4-1-0 with the win. Saugeen Shores improving to first place in the North Division. Like I say, Shelburne 9-2 over the Creemore Coyotes. And then you had the Ripley Wolves shutting out the Elmville Harvesters by a score of 6-0. Jason Hamilton getting the shutout for Ripley in that one. 3-1-0 Ripley improves to on the season, while Elmville falls to 2-3 on the year. From there, over to the South Division, Milverton and Erin, that was rescheduled for December 14th. It was the Tavistock Royals over the Tillsonburg Thunder by a score of 3-2. Tavistock improving to 4-1. Tillsonburg dropping to 2-3. You had the Petrolia Squires remaining undefeated They are well, actually, I shouldn't say that. They are the only undefeated team in the South, while in the North, you have the Minto 81s at 2-0, but they've only played twice. So they are also the other undefeated team here. Petrolia 4-0 in the South, 4-1 victors over the C4 Centenaires, who fall to 5-2 on the season. And then elsewhere in the South, you had the Elora Rocks over the Dunnville Arrows, 6-2 with the final in that one. In Dunnville, Elora improving to 2-2, Dunnville dropping to 2-4. Our last game of the weekend saw the Tavistock Royals travel to Langton to take on the Delhi Flames at the Langton Arena. Tavistock improving their record to 5-1. They win twice over the weekend to improve to 5-1. Delhi falling to 0-5 on the season. From there, we'll go right into our standings board. And as you guys can see here, we'll start with the South. Tavistock and Seaforth, both tied for the lead in the South with 10 points apiece. Tavistock at 5-1, Seaforth at 5-2. Petrolia, like I say, eight points, 4-0, two back of both Tavistock and Seaforth. Elora, Tillsonburg, Dunnville, all with 4 points apiece. Milverton at 3 points is in seventh. We have the Aaron Outlaws, who've only played twice. They are 1-1, and then you have Delhi at 0-5. Over in the North Division, Soggy Shores Winterhawks, as mentioned, now up to number one by virtue of a point that they received in a shootout loss to the Elmville Harvesters early on in the season. They are 4-1-1, 1 point better than the Durham Thundercats, 4-1. You have the Ripley Wolves and Georgian Bay Apple Kings, both at 6 points. You have Minto, Elmville, and Shelburne all at 4. You have the Lucknow Lancers at 1-3. They have 2 points, and Creemore at 0-4 on the season. We'll go over to our leading goals, and you have Luke Uhrig and Jacob Robitaille, both with 8 apiece. Luke Uhrig for Durham, Jacob Robitaille for Georgian Bay. Evan Bueller of Georgian Bay, big season start for him. He has 7 goals so far, one back of both Uhrig and Robitaille. Jared Bogdan, Mike Fegan, Drew Girth, Devin Kropf, and Miles McLean and Jared Nash, all with 6. And then you have 8 others that are tied, or 8 players that are tied with 5 apiece. I know you can't see that number in behind the Larry's Construction logo, but it's there, I assure you. Over to the assists, Justin Graham still continues to lead, 13 assists on the season. He is trailed by Mackenzie Fleming, who has 10 for Georgian Bay, Brody LeBlanc of Durham with 9, Jamie Huber of Seaforth with 8, alongside Kyler Nixon of Durham with 8, Justin Donnelly of Saugeen Shores, Luke Uhrig with Durham, Adam Lagozo of Shelburne, all with 7, Camden Daigle, along with 9 others, with 6 assists so far this season. And our point leaders, as you guys could see, a lot of scoring that's being done in this league throughout the first about 4 or 5 weeks of the season. Luke Uhrig leads with 15. From Durham, Mackenzie Fleming one back at 14 for Georgian Bay. Justin Graham at 13. Brody LeBlanc at 13, both with Durham. Miles McLean up to 12 for Saugeen Shores, alongside Jacob Robitaille of Georgian Bay. You have Evan Bueller, Jamie Huber, Jared Nash, and Kyler Nixon, all with 11 to round out the top 10 in points. From there, we go to the defensive leaders. Kyler Nixon leading all defense with 11. Adam Lagozo with 9. Kyle Soper of Tavistock with 8. Logan Blazer of Georgian Bay with 6, alongside Bryden Gibbs of Dunnville. You have Josh Erbshot of Saugeen Shores, Mitch Casey of Seaforth, alongside Charlie Rankin and Ruben Smith, along with 3 other defensemen that all have 5 points apiece so far this season. And our last stack category is the goaltender wins. Clayton Fritsch has played a ton for the Saugeen Shores Winterhawks, and he has 4 wins so far this season. Jacob Knowles, alongside Joseph Clark and Marshall Nichols and Alex Hutchison, all with 3 wins. You have Jason Hamilton, Colin Dunn, Graham Noy, Jeremy Curry, and 4 others that all have 2 wins apiece for the goaltenders. So hopefully you guys appreciate the league updates and that sort of thing. Really do appreciate or really do enjoy bringing obviously league happenings and up to date statistics for you, so you guys can get an idea of where things stand as they currently are. But at this point, what we're going to do is break into our interviews for the Shelburne Muskies. We have Andrew Taylor on tap for you, number 72 defenseman for the Muskies, as well as forward Nick Hodgson, number 10. But once we get back from those, we will preview or set up this upcoming weekend in the OEHL. Stick around. All right, folks, continuing on with the Gone Fishin podcast and our array of interviews with various Muskie players throughout the course of the season. We continue that tradition on this episode with one of the vets, if you will, of the Shelburne Muskies, and that is number 72, Andrew Taylor, who joins me now. Andrew, it's great to have you on here, pal. Two Andrews, how about that? Two for the price of one. It's great to have you on here. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the Muskies season at this point. You guys are 5 games in, started 0-3, but hey, lo and behold, you've wrapped off a couple of wins here, and I think you guys have a lot of momentum. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. We had a little bit of a rough start, bringing a brand new program back. We've never really played with each other at all, right? So we're just working out some kinks, and we're starting to find some momentum, and we're finding our groove.
What would you say is your evaluation of this team where it stands 5 games in?
Uh, Upward, really. I mean, we're, like I said, we had our challenges, but like guys are committed, guys are positive, and like the direction that we're going is up. And yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Is there anything that kind of stands out to you, like having been in hockey for quite some time? I mean, is there anything that you've noticed or that has stood out, at least from
Just
the challenges that you've had?
It's just the guys are buying into the program that Corey's
Okay.
instilling into us. Like I said earlier, like guys are just they're buying into the program. They're upbeat. Everyone's positive. We're all having fun. I mean, yeah, the first few games were probably not the outcomes that we wanted, but we had small victories in each one of those games, and we just keep building off of those. And that's what's great about this team. Like, there's no quit.
It certainly seems that way, given if you've looked at, if you just were to go off even off the box scores, you could probably draw that conclusion. Obviously, the 13-0 game against a wagon in Durham wasn't the best way to start a season. I think we can agree on that.
We didn't stop though. Like we fought as best as we could. We just a new team going up against a veteran team, and they got the better of us for sure. We were overwhelmed, but right to the last second, we still skated hard. We still competed. We didn't give up.
Absolutely. And that's indicative, no question. I saw your guys' second game. I was there for that. A very close 1-goal game against the Saugus Shores Winterhawks, a game in which you lose, on a late game winning goal. But you were right in it the whole way.
Yeah.
It was back and forth. I thought that was one of the better games that even I've seen at the senior level.
Yeah. I mean, again, just, it was a tight game. Penalties got the better of us. But, again, building blocks, learning curves, and it's all part of the process that we're trying to instill with these guys.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, you get a big test the following week, going to Minto for their home opener, season opener, and banner raising ceremony. And I mean, the 2-time defending champs, they're a tough team. But again, I think you guys played really well in that one as well.
Yeah, I wasn't at that game. I was away. But from the conversations that I had with everybody, they were right with them for 2 periods. They just had just a minor mental breakdown.
And then obviously you guys continue on from there. You go up against a shorthanded Georgian Bay Apple Kings team and come out with your first victory of the season, a high scoring affair, 10-7, in a game that you guys led and they came back and they crawled back. But I think a big character win for your group.
Oh, big time. I mean, couple guys on the team, they got a couple tucks here and there, and that gives their confidence a boost. And that's all they really needed.
And then again, the most recent game being against the Creemore Coyotes for your Thanksgiving night game, which I guess had a huge success there, and another big victory. At this point, what I've noticed, anyways, is that there are guys putting up some big numbers in these games, and that's only got to fuel, like you said, confidence is a big thing right now because if you have it, I feel like that could just take you to really high places, especially in this league where I've always been a firm believer that any team could beat any team on any given night if you have it.
Absolutely. Every night is a winnable night. It all depends on who's ready to play and how much momentum you've got from the previous week to carry on.
I couldn't agree with you more. And speaking of wagons, a massive contest for you guys this upcoming Saturday when you take on the Ripley Wolves. What are you expecting in this matchup?
It's going to be a challenge. Uh, could be humbling for some of the guys as well to face another wagon. Um, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be an eye opener, and it's going to be a good test for our group.
Couldn't agree more. Like I say, having seen Ripley play quite a few times over the years, they are the model of consistency. And I mean, again, like you said and alluded to perfectly, for these guys to really go up against a strong test and really kind of figure out where they're at is nothing but positive. Is there anyone that's kind of stuck out for you if you could single out a player that is like really kind of been like, oh, this guy's special?
One guy off the top of my mind would be Burke. He's a
Yeah,
young kid.
really good.
He's like really strong, competes like all the time, every doesn't take a shift off. Maybe not like he's not flashy, but man, this guy works. He kind of reminds me of like a Zach Hyman almost.
Okay. That's a solid comparison. Obviously, Kyle, if you're watching, hey, not a bad endorsement there. But again, I think the message here obviously is everybody kind of builds off each other, right? You
Yep,
notice that guys are playing a certain way and it seems to be successful, and then again, eventually you're going to be like, okay, well maybe I could give that a try.
yep,
Um, Obviously, like you said, guys have bought in here, and I think the more that you play for each other is going to only serve you guys well.
absolutely. Got to play as a team. Got to play for the guy beside you. If you don't, then those every winnable game nights, they don't exist if you're not doing that.
I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah, there's a lot of excitement, obviously, with this group, given the fact that they're back in the senior circuit for the first time in 3 years. I covered a lot of them. I got to watch a lot of them play back in 2019, 2020 before COVID hit there, and then essentially got out of the league and they had folded, in which I was really sad because I knew how important hockey was in the Shelburne community. Um, did you really have a sort of significant role in bringing them back, or what was your role in that?
Well, at the beginning, I just attended the meetings just to support in any which way I could.
Of
And
course.
as the ball got kicked down the road, um, I had the opportunity to get more involved, and I've been right beside Corey pretty much every step of the way. He's running the show, and I'm his second in command, and I'm just assisting him in every which way that we can to keep this thing going.
Of course, we're talking about Corey Allen, the runner of the Shelburne Muskies, and he has a bunch of hats and a bunch of titles. But again, I think the community support has been huge, obviously, because they're so excited about the fact that you guys are back. Talk to me about the logo because I love the logo. The logo is so awesome and it's refreshed. It's pops. It's very very flashy. I like it a lot.
Yeah, we were just kind of looking for something to really like just clean it up a bit, rebrand a bit, get the community a little excited, something a little more modern, something different. So
Yeah.
um yeah, this is something that a couple ideas came up, a couple modifications, and that was the finished product. And um it turned out way better than we expected.
Oh, it's flashy. And like it's cool because you put something together, right? And you're never really sure how it's gonna go. And then you see it on a hockey jersey and it's just so like it's awesome, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the
I
kids would
think
say like flex in the drip. I don't even like saying
yeah, I think we nailed it.
that. No, you definitely did. I guess the last one for you here before I let you go, and I guess it's more of a generalized question. You've been playing hockey for a long time. And as somebody who I feel like can relate, but maybe can't because it's just a little bit too intense for me. I can't play at this level, the level you guys play at. I just can't. I know myself, I can't. But you're still doing it and contributing and being successful and all of that. What keeps you and what drives you to keep doing this at this point in your hockey career? Let's call it.
Honestly, the only reason that I decided to play senior was just to have my kids have the chance to see me play at a high
Love
level.
that. Love that.
So I really just play for them, and they get to see their dad out there competing and playing, and they think that I'm in the NHL, which it's a, it's a far, far step away from that. But they think that their dad's great, and it encourages them to play, and they have drive now to want to play. So that's really the only reason why I do it, is just for them.
I love it. That's a phenomenal answer. I hate to not end on a great answer, but I guess the follow up to this is: do you feel like you have a mentorship role with this group?
Um, Maybe a little bit to the newer guys coming in for sure, just from being around and just kind of letting my work ethic and my skill and practice just kind of just play out, right? So everyone's trying to still get a feel for each other, but um, I think a very small mentor role for sure. Not too big though.
Well, no, I totally get that, right? But like, at least if they know that they come to you and ask you questions if they have them, which is huge. But knowing that you've been there, done that, and can have a little bit to offer, I think is huge. The other thing is obviously too, you see this a lot. Teams that come in with very little numbers in terms of bodies for skaters. We saw that. You've seen that twice now, Georgia Bay and with Creemore. I think what that should do is reiterate to a team how big commitment is. Like, would you agree with that?
It's important, yeah. Like you gotta put the time in, you gotta put the work in, you gotta come to practice ready to play, and you gotta show up on game times ready to play. Um, like those two games against Creemore and Georgian Bay, I don't think that's a clear picture of their actual team.
True.
But I mean, still, we got the 2 points that we needed,
Mhm.
and we just carry on. Like you can't take nights off like that.
Absolutely. I guess just the point I was trying to make more or less was that, that's what it's going to look like if you only show up with 10, 11, 12 skaters on a given
Yep,
night where the other team has 26 or whatever it is. And, it's going to be a difficult night for that team, no matter how good the 11 or 12 guys are. And I guess
absolutely.
the more the more exposure a team has to that can reiterate, okay, I'm in it, I'm committed, I got to show up. That's, I guess,
Uh,
the point I was trying to make.
You have to show up.
There you go. I couldn't have said it better myself. I tried, but I knew what we were going for, and I guess I was just trying to clean that up.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
for sure.
but anyway, Shelburne Muskies, big game on Saturday against the Ripley Wolves. It's going to be a dandy. It'll be live on YouTube, and it'll be a lot of fun. We've been speaking with number 72, Andrew Taylor of the Shelburne Muskies. Andrew, thanks for doing this, man. Appreciate that. We'll talk plenty throughout the course of the season. We'll see you on Saturday. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
This podcast is brought to you by Larry's Small Engines, your trusted Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Ski-Doo dealer in Mono, Ontario, Canada. Located at 286-270 County Road 10. Visit their website at larrysmallengines.ca or call 519-941-1517 today. We continue on the Gone Fishin podcast here. Very, very pleased to welcome in one of the vets of senior hockey and one of the vets to the Shelburne Muskies organization. Been there a long time, at least as long as I've been covering senior hockey anyway. And that's number 10, Nick Hodgson, who joins us now. Nick, thanks for doing this, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So it's been kind of a funny start for the Shelburne Muskies in their return to senior hockey for the first time in 3 years. Through 5 games, 2-3, started 0-3, not the greatest start there, being pummeled 13-0 by Durham in the first game, but it looks like you guys have grown a little bit each game. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, no one's ever really played each other before, right? So it's a learning process.
And what's your take on where you guys stand 5 games in?
We're doing much better than a lot of people anticipated. Like 0-3 start, not good. Last two games we played, the other teams were short, but we battled. Came out with 4 big points.
And yeah, like you say, again, momentum is everything I find. Obviously, it can do wonders for a team trying to find an identity. Do you think there's a lot of confidence right now in this locker room moving forward?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think there's a lot of tolerance. I think we'll be good this year. There's still a lot to learn. Lot to, like team that they played it well together. I don't know. It's tough.
No, I mean, I totally get it, right? I mean, obviously, like I say, seasons come with growing pains at any given time. Um, I don't know. Maybe you can echo this, but I think getting that at the start of the season is almost better than getting it, say, the middle or the end.
Oh yeah, 100%. Get rid of those goosebumps, like the little like this being scared at the beginning. 13-0 that killed us, but we battled back. Got 2 wins. The game against Port was good. We should have won. It was a good game though.
Yeah, no, I agree absolutely. I mean, like I said, I think each game since that first one there, where it's a lot of new guys trying to figure out and gel together and figure out how each other plays. I think every game you guys have improved immensely. Yourself included. I mean, obviously for you, I mean, you look like you've kind of got it figured out at this point. Big game for you against Creemore, a lot of points there, 2 and 3. Where's your game at? How comfortable are you right now?
Right now I'm just trying to do like the small things, like find some chemistry with all. I've never played with over half these guys ever. Just finding that chemistry, knowing where guys are. Like playing with Burke on Saturday night was good. Me and him and Belvedere, we did really well that night.
Yeah, I mean, from what I could tell on Game Sheet, you guys combined for 15 points.
Yeah, we
That's
had ourselves a night.
that's insane. Like I don't think I've ever
Everything
even
was
seen that
clicking.
happen at NHL level. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a good night. Good big team win, big celebration after the Halloween dance.
Yeah, like it seems like like obviously Corey Allen's done a tremendous job. No one could take that away from what he's doing because he's wearing a lot of hats. What would you say is the excitement level when it comes to the community of Shelburne with senior hockey returning after 3 years?
I think like the attendance shows like Game 7 of the Jays and there's a lot of people in the stands still. Like that
Yeah,
surprised everybody. We thought it was going to be dead in there. We had
right.
the game on upstairs, but like it was actually pretty busy for Game 7 of the World Series. I think the
And not
community's come together.
and obviously
Corey's done
now
a
that
lot.
And obviously, now that that's done, I think the attendance numbers will grow for every team
Oh
in the
yeah,
league.
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
And again, so two big wins, obviously, against shorthanded teams. I want to talk to you about that a little bit because I think everybody knows that in senior hockey, teams tend to not travel well.
yeah.
We know this is not new news to anybody.
No.
Um, but at the end of the day, just because a team brings 11 or 12 guys doesn't mean those 11 or 12 guys are still good hockey players and
Oh yeah, 100%.
can still beat a team if they're not playing well enough. I
Yeah.
know for you guys getting the two big wins, that's important. Does it take anything away from you guys, or do you treat it the same given the fact that they were shorthanded rosters?
It doesn't matter if they're shorthanded or not. Like 2 points is 2 points.
Right. And I
Like
think that was evident enough even against Georgian Bay. You guys had a 4 goal lead that was trimmed to
yeah,
one, and it was like, okay, guys, we cannot let this up.
yeah, exactly. Like I think Georgian Bay they were beating us in the first two, and then we battled back. But like they skated hard. They had their right 11, 12 guys. They came
Yeah,
to play.
absolutely. And that's the thing. I believe in this league, especially any team can beat any team on any given night. If you
Yeah,
have it, you can bring it and you can win it. That's
yeah,
the
exactly.
way I look at it anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree with that.
Speaking of that, obviously, a big test for you guys on Saturday. Ripley comes to town, one of the
Yeah,
strongest senior teams. I think in the upper echelon of every senior hockey league going. Ripley's right up there. They've been a consistent staple amongst teams that are really good. What are you expecting from this game on Saturday?
like if we have any hope, we got to play defense, our own zone first. We got to shut down Mears, Britain, take like make sure they don't nothing. Stay out of the box too. If we got penalty trouble, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Is that like the biggest thing that you've noticed even through the first 5 games is just how important it is to be disciplined?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like well, the Port Elgin game, we were in the box over half the game. That's when they got all their goals.
Right.
Like we were up, I think 3-0 at one point.
And that's just
Penalty
it,
trouble.
right? I mean, it's one thing to not take penalties. It's another to be responsible defensively.
Yeah, exactly. And we just like brand new team. Our systems aren't there yet. We got to work on some stuff still. So like in time now we'll be just we'll get better in time.
Yeah.
We hope.
Um, have you noticed sort of anything with this OEHL now? Like, I mean, it's up to 18 teams. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're going to be playing teams within the North, a lot of familiarity there.
Yeah.
But has there been anything you've noticed that's a bit maybe different in these first 5 games?
No, nothing really. It's like the same hockey. Like when I left, right, and went to the other league for 2 years. But the difference between the leagues is this league's a lot more physical. I
Okay.
find a lot more physical.
So you got to
Other
keep your
stuff.
head on a swivel.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Not so many Michigan attempts.
No, no, I'm over 2 so far this year.
That's okay. You'll get one, and I'll make sure to get it where the camera doesn't skip either. Um, I'll do my best anyways, but I'm trying my hardest. Yeah, it's funny though because you said it right. Like you go back a ways when it comes to the Shelburne Muskies
Yeah.
organization. Been playing hockey for a long time. What is it about? Maybe even not. I don't know if it's specifically the hockey necessarily, but what is it about this team and this community that keeps you coming back year after year?
Well, this is my 10th year in Shelburne now. Like I never really played any junior. I only played 2 games junior ever in my life, and I came out of juvenile, played Muskies, and I was 22. That was
Right.
like 2011 or something like that, and it's just been home. I love going to that rink every day, every Saturday night. See the boys, you see all the fans. You make new friends. It's just a great atmosphere.
I love it. Hey, can't really beat that. That's a tremendous answer. Is I guess the last one I'll ask you. You were mentioning Kyle Burke, obviously
Yeah.
big effort from him and your line of yourself, him and Jake Belvedere, who's obviously looked very impressive. Is there anyone else that's stuck out amongst this maybe new crop of Muskies that has kind of caught your eye from the bench?
Our first line there, Tyler Ferreira, Weber, and like even the Rivette. The guy's tiny, but like, he's a little pit bull. He
Right.
just gets under everyone's skin and just energizes everybody. That kid. A lot of guys impressed me.
No, I mean it's great. It's great to see like an organization come together. I couldn't be happier that Shelburne is back in the senior circuit and like one of the best organizations top to bottom, always good people. You guys treat me with a ton of respect, and I got nothing but respect for your entirety of your group. And it's a lot of fun being able to come out and cover your games. We've been talking with number 10, Nick Hodgson, longtime Muskie and current scoring well, right up there in terms of scoring leaders for the Muskies so far this season. 2-3 and looking for another win with a big test against Ripley on Saturday. Nick, thanks a lot for coming on and doing this for us. We appreciate it. We'll talk throughout the season and best of luck on Saturday.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Andrew. Appreciate it. I'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, guys. So want to thank Andrew Taylor and Nick Hodgson for coming onto the podcast and doing interviews with me for you guys for this Gone Fishing podcast. This is episode number 3. Yeah, 3. From there, guys, we're going to tee up the upcoming here. We have a pair of games that are happening, actually 3 games that happen on this upcoming Friday. We'll start in the North, 1 game in the North on Friday, and that is the Creemore Coyotes traveling to Saugeen Shores to the Plex in Port Elgin to take on the Winterhawks. That's an 8:30 start time. Over in the South, the Milverton four-wheel drives will go to Elora to take on the Elora Rocks at the Jefferson Elora Community Center. 8:30 start time. That will be live on YouTube. We will try and get it live on YouTube on the Elora Rocks page. If not, it'll be on my personal page at the Real Raji 21. I will be on the call for that one, regardless of which channel it's on. Otherwise, elsewhere, also at 8:30, you have the Aaron Outlaws traveling to Petrolia to take on the undefeated Petrolia Squires from the Greenwood Rec Center in Petrolia. It's an 8:30 start time in that one. From there on Saturday, we start with the North Division. There are 4 games on tap. The Saugeen Shores Winterhawks and the Creemore Coyotes are playing a home and home set. So game 2 of that home and home set will take place in Creemore on Saturday at 7:30. Creemore and District Recreation Center for that one. You have the Lucknow Lancers traveling to Minto to take on the 81s. Lucknow 1-3, Minto 2-0. That at the Palmerston and District Palmerston and District Community Center Complex in Palmerston at 7:30. The Ripley Wolves will travel to Shelburne, take on the Muskies, Center Dufferin Recreation Complex at 8 o'clock. I'll be on the call for that at the Real Rodgers 21 live on YouTube. The last game on Saturday in the North Division is the Georgian Bay Apple Kings traveling to Elmville at the Floss Elmville Community Arena in Elmville, Ontario, Canada. 8 o'clock start time between the Apple Kings and the Harvesters. The South Division will see 3 games. The Dunnville Arrows travel to the Tillsonburg Thunder to take on, like I say, Tillsonburg. Tillsonburg Community Center for that one at 7:30. Dunnville 2-4, Tillsonburg 2-3. Prime matchup in the South this weekend is Seaforth taking on the Tavistock Royals, a battle of 1 versus 2. This will take place in Tavistock at the Tavistock and District Recreation Center, 7:30 start time in that one. The lone other game in the South Division on Saturday is the Elora Rocks traveling to Delhi to take on the Delhi Flames. That at the Delhi Community Arena, 8 o'clock start time in that one. Delhi desperate for a win. They are 0-5. They've only scored 7 times this year while allowing 44. On Sunday, there are a pair of games, relatively early start times. In the North, you have the Elmville Harvesters traveling to Palmerston to take on the Minto 81s. It's a 1 o'clock start time at the Palmerston and District Community Center Complex. And then to wrap our weekend, the Dunnville Arrows go to the Milverton Four-Wheel Drives at the Perth East Recreation Complex in Milverton. It's a 2:30 start time. I will also be on the call for that at Real Rodgers 21 live on YouTube for the Dunnville Arrows and the Milverton Four-Wheel Drives. It's a busy weekend for me. It's a busy weekend in the OEHL. And why not? There's 18 teams in the league, so bound to be a little bit hectic and chaotic, but that's okay. That's what we signed up for. Well, I'm all voiced out at this point. Hope you guys have enjoyed this podcast of the Gone Fishin podcast, where we center in on the Shelburne Muskies and their quest in this 2025-2026 season. It's been an absolute joy to bring you guys this podcast. I am Andrew Rodgers, the host. Much appreciation to the Shelburne Muskies organization and to Larry's Small Engines in Mono, Ontario, Canada. Until next week, guys, we will see you guys then. Drive safe with the ever-changing weather, please. Don't drink and drive and all that stuff. Be careful wherever you got to go and get to where you need to safely. But once again, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Take care, everyone. It's the Gone Fishin' podcast in association with the OEHL and the Shelburne Muskies, and hosted by OEHL live on YouTube play-by-play commentator Andrew Rodgers. This podcast is brought to you by Larry's Small Engines, your trusted Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Ski-Doo dealer in Mono, Ontario, Canada. Located at 286-270 County Road 10. Visit their website at larrysmallengines.ca or call 519-941-1517 today.